Hey, TCS here. Welcome to my channel. And today we're going to fly an Xplane 10 from Los Angeles, California to Phoenix, Arizona in the A320. One of our last videos from Xplane 10. This is part one of a part two series probably. So stick around. It all starts now. Alright, sitting here in Los Angeles, LAX to be specific, and cold and dark. So we gotta get over to Phoenix, Arizona promptly. So let's get fired up and get on our way. Park mode, ground power fired up. We're gonna need a fuel truck. Alright, ground power is available. Turn the batteries on and fire our APU up. For some reason there's 14.5. We're gonna have to drop that fuel down. Alright, we have our APU fired up. We can disconnect external power, shut it off. Thank you, LAX, for the boost. We will turn our APU bleed on, not crossbleed, APU bleed on. We will turn our packs on, so our high-paying dollar customers will be comfortable. All right, next we do is our navigation, map 2, map 3. Enter. All right, that is aligning, 7 minutes. Next, we go strobe to auto, turn our lights on, let everyone know, hey, we're about to take off here. That's it there. Now we gotta come down here, turn our radio on, program our computer here, KLAX, KPH. KL. What did I do wrong? Please don't make fun of me. KLAX / KPH. Did I forget the H maybe? Alright, we got that. We're gonna do JBU 316. We're gonna do 330. All right. It is not too high. All right, let's dump some fuel out. We don't need quite that much. Flight plan, KLX, departing, update, 270 at 7 knots. Where are we? All right. Let's do 240 left. We're going LAX 7. And we're going, I should have looked, TRM. There, boom. Right flight plan, and then oh, pops up on the computer. That's a good sign. Insert that, and then our destination. Right now it's 250, so let's do ILS 26, excuse me. This was Hydra. Novaya with BHL. That's what that was. Yep, Tram BHL. Now what we need to do is go BHL. Oh, BLH. Probably should do the right one. Then we don't want to go flying off course. BLH. There we go. We are all set there. Insert. Go back to here. No, here. 330. There we go. V1, V2. We'll have to redo that. I should have hit the go button. Still feel like that's a lot of fuel. Yeah, there it is. That's not quite enough. That'll work. No. Getting lighter. That's good. Sometimes she don't like to come out as it is, so the lighter the better. All right. That'll work. Let's go back here and retry these. Yeah, drop 10 knots off those. Down with the fuel. 2 slash down 0.9 flex 50. Let's just do 50. Like to change it up once in a while. All right, so that should be all set there. Bye. We gotta set our altimeter, which is 29904. That's the error. There we go. 29904. Set our takeoff altitude. I don't know if we have any speed restrictions or height restrictions. They're all above. So we will just go straight to 33,000 then. Cool. Perfect. All right. we are good to back up. So let's call the tow. All right, let's go.
Park brake off.
Let's go right. Straighten her out a little bit here. And out here. We're about set. That should work.
Park brake on.
Goodbye. Thank you very much. Now we can come up here, turn our fuel pumps on. Engine selector remote to start.
Starting engine 1.
Start engine 1. All right, engine 1's fired up and good to go. Let's go engine 2.
Starting engine 2.
Waiting for 20% on engine 2. We're at 5, 10, 15, 20. All right. We have 2 good engines. Turn APU bleed off. Turn our APU off. Turn engine selector back to normal. I believe we're good to taxi. Alright, we don't have to taxi very far, it looks like.
Park brake off.
While we're going, we can get ready. We can
Flaps 1.
set our flaps.
2. Spoilers
Set
armed.
our spoiler. Let's turn our auto brake to max. Let's get some speed here. There we go. Turn the weather radar on. We can turn to taxi. Runway light on. Alright. Alright. That is it, except for we have to turn our lady lights on and then we are good to go. Looks like our runway is right over here. Right here. 20. Yeah, right here. Drive through that like we own the place. Alright. Runway lights on. We would turn our squawk on if we were doing that. We're not. We are all set. All right, let's taxi out. Get lined up. Bring her up to 50. Good. Let's take her up to flex. We are on our way to Phoenix, Arizona. Under knots.
100 knots.
Coming up on rotate.
V1. Rotate. Positive climb. Gear up. Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Bring her back to throttle climb.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Alright, let's throw on autopilot.
Autopilot 1. Cross check.
Come around here. Head east. Well, I don't know why I was doing that. It's smart. Sometimes this autopilot on this model gets a little crazy sometimes. That's okay, we can fly it. Let's put some speed up here.
Autopilot 1.
I think it climbed so much that it wanted to stall out. That's why it autopiloted. It kicked autopilot off. Alright, looks like we're coming back on shore here. We'll fly over LA. Suburbs, I should say. Alright, looks like we're back to climbing. We got ourselves a tailwind, so we are all set. Alright. Not much to do here except at flight level 100, we gotta turn our landing lights off. And we can speed up to cruising speed. And then at 18,000, we gotta set our standard barometric pressure. Sorry if you can hear my dog. He's annoying.
Spoilers disarm.
Disarm those actually. Looks like we're about 45 minutes away. 10,000 feet. Lights off. We're going to level out here and pick up some speed. LA was quite an experience. I gotta tell you that. Never been to LA in my life until I happened to spend a week there for work, and definitely different from where I live. So it's a little different lifestyle. That's why sometimes I say, if life has got you down, sometimes you just need to move. The world's huge, so you gotta just make a place for yourself. All right, back to climbing. We're at 3,100 feet per minute. That's pretty steep climb. So good thing we got the back to the seatbelt sign still on. Don't want people flying around in the back. Continuing to follow our SID here. Basically, our SID runs into our star for Phoenix. And we decided to connect the two waypoints, so not a complicated flight plan today. Just want to do something short and sweet today for the video. Just been working on the new studio here that I have built in the spare bedroom here, so that's taken up a lot of time. So just wanted to get some content on the pages for you guys. Start growing the channel. Crossing 15,000, like I said, the next thing we gotta do at 18,000, go to standard altimeter, and for that, just cruise. Yeah, I think amazing about LA is, all the mountains, like the cities are inside in the mountain ranges, and nothing like where we got a lake that, obviously you can't cross. It's 65 miles wide there, Lake Michigan, so we can't really go west very much, but you can go east or south, north, east, south, and north, so. Weird to have like a barrier. You have to barrier like that.
Standard barrow cross.
All right, standard
Passing
set.
Flight level 180.
Not much left to do, but just head on into Phoenix. And I will be back with you as soon as we get to the top of our descent. Alright guys, we're approaching the top of descent here. This crossing looks like the Arizona-California border. So we have a altitude and speed restriction at our next waypoint. So that's 25. Flight level 250 and 280 knots. Animals, they start making noise as soon as you start recording. Okay, alright, now we're descending. We are 25 miles out, roughly so, nautical miles. We are really dropping 4,200 feet per second, so we should be at 25 real quick. Weather has not changed at Phoenix. Probably rare that it would, since we're so short of a flight. So still got our tailwind behind us, so we'll arrive a little bit sooner than we planned, which is always good. No one ever complains about arriving early. Happy if we're at 25 at cross here. That'd be ideal, and then we can slow down. And our next one, Spink, we have to be above 24,000. No, below 24,000. Sorry. All right, 25. Let's after that, we have really 6 nautical miles to drop. Oh, 1,000 feet. That should be fine. Over the Kofa National Wildlife Refuge. I'm sorry if I murdered that. I'm not from here, so don't hold me to the pronunciations of these places. Right. Approaching Scully. Drop to 23. That one at Spink, we have to be below 240, and then at SNRRA we got to be above 22.0. So that's 25 nautical miles. So we don't do much descending. We'll probably just go right to 22. Let's just go to 22. less to forget. Looks like we're 121 miles out, nautical miles out, I should say. Arriving in just over 20 minutes. After that one, we have one requirement. Hydra. I like saying Hydra. It makes it's like it's a bad thing, you know, from the movie. What's it? The Avengers. Oh no, that's not Avengers. It's Captain America. I don't. I'm not a. Hydra is some bad guy, I believe. That is between 19 and 15 and a speed of 265. Below us is the beautiful, beautiful Arizona landscape. Love Arizona. I'd probably rather go to Arizona when I become old than Florida. Of course, I've never been to Florida, so it's probably not fair for me to judge. But Florida, and when I go there, you have a lot to live up to, because Arizona is pristine. Off to our left there should be I-10. I have driven that many a times. It's a very nice road. Looks like we got some clouds there at, I don't know, a little bit lower altitude than us, so it should be clear. The yellow, the MEDAR says few at 10,000, so that's probably what those are at. Other than that, 25 degrees Celsius with a dew point of 0 degrees Celsius. So that's 32 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's about it for that. So shouldn't have any weather issues. Alright, coming up on our nav point here. Now closing in within 100 miles of Phoenix. Can't start descending until we get after this nav point, which is occurring now. So let's drop down to 1990. We may adjust that before we hit the Hydra. Let's pull up the other sheet here. That's part 1. Let's see what part 2 is. All right. All right. What way are we coming in? That's a good question. It splits off this Gila angle. Okay, so we're coming in from the south. So, be a nice, steady descent into Phoenix. Coming up on Swoon. Let's do our speed first. We're at 265. Drop down, then we can start ascending a touch. Let's go to 17. Or not descending. Come on. You can do it. There you go. You gotta click the button. Coming up on that, 18,000 feet. We're going to go to that. We need to go to our altimeter is... There we go. 2979. 2979. There we go. Before we forget here, I'm going to go to 250. Go 15 too. Also, I should say not 15. 2. Let's come into here. Let's type our stuff in. 2997. Temperature is 25 degrees Celsius. Winds are 250 at 14 knots. All right. Should be Phoenix off to our 10 o'clock there. Like I said, looks like we're coming in southbound and gonna loop around the airport and come in to the west. So. Gila, we are within the speed and height restrictions. Alright, the next one, we need to be 14 and 11,000 feet and 250, so we're already at the speed. We just need the height drop. Let's go to 12. Right there is where we would go off to the northeast if we were going to land east to west. Since we're landing, or that west to east, we're landing east to west, so we got to come in from the east side. If that makes any sense at all. Doesn't help that I'm dyslexic sometimes. So. Where are we? 19 miles out. More waypoint, 59 miles out from the airport. Plenty of fuel left on board. At 10,000 feet, we're going to have to turn our landing lights on. Turn our runway lights on, also our new light on. Getting excited for Xplane 11 coming out in 2 days here. So this may be our last Xplane 10 video, so we'll see how smooth the transition is from 10 to 11 for me. For some reason, things tend to be more difficult for me than they should be. So looks like our airport's off to the left there. So there's an airport out there. I don't know if it's ours. Currently just south of Buckeye. This is a suburb of Phoenix. Alright. Looks like they weren't lying about the cloud level. It's just below us, and we're at 12,000 feet. They said it was at 10,000, so looks like those clouds are about 2,000 feet below us. So looks like there's some now building above us. So, I suppose. Alright, after this nav point at Chavo, we need to be at 9,000 feet and at 210 knots. So we got 13 nautical miles to achieve that. Let's start dropping here. Once we hit the waypoint here in 3 nautical miles, I'll drop her down to 9,000 and slow down. Can't go any lower than 11,000 because that's our requirement. Be above. Alright, let's go to 9. Shouldn't take too long here to get to 9,000 feet. It's like about a minute. There's our airport. I can see it now. This is a beautiful airport, Phoenix here. I think it's called Sky Harbor. Pretty sure. Beautiful, beautiful airport. There's 10,000 feet. We gotta turn our lights on. Check. I'll have to slow down here momentarily. Check this out just to make sure we're going through everything here. Yep. Approaching 9. Let's drop to 210. Let's see if we'll get here without the help of the speed brake. I believe we will. Looks like we're going good. As you can see on the computer here, we're going to just kind of fly around and come around and land east to west. Into the wind. All right. After that one, we have a 7,000 speed restriction, or not speed restriction, altitude restriction. So, eliminate here. And then after that, we will fly over and line up on the ILS. Zero. There we go. It took forever. 7,000. Let's pull up. Runway 26, I believe is what we're doing. Yep, 26. So according to this, we're intercepting at Jagal. That's even how you're supposed to say it. At 4,000 feet, 4,000 feet. All right. That is before the ILS. Prune is when we should intercept at 3,000. At some point here, approach phase should activate, and the computer should be able to auto throttle this in.
Approach phase activated.
Speak of the devil, as like planned, I tell you. I didn't even know when that was occurring. So let's see here. What a managed. Yep. Slow down to 200. That'll work. All right, you can drop a flap here.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
All right, I'm going to go over and intercept the waypoint to line up to the ILS. That is in 7 nautical miles. We need to be, we need to drop to 4,000. That would have been an error. Many a landing has been thwarted because you're too high. What is our goal around? Shall we here? 5,000. We'll have to set that too. Go up to 5,000 and come around to the northeast. All right. 13 out. Let's drop
Speed checked.
another flap.
Flaps 2.
We can start doing our approach checklist. And on, auto brake medium. Rollers aren't. We'll do that in a second. $3,000 now. Not really dropping here.
Speed checked. Flaps 3. Speed checked. Flaps full.
Now we should drop here. Gonna be a little high when we get to Jagal or whatever that is, but as long as we're at 3,000 when we get to Kroon. Probably turn ILS mode on. When we come around, we'll lock in. Our glide slope is about to go above us, so that's good. You always want to intercept above. So this is the glide slope here. You want to come in like that. It don't work if you go like this. I have tried. Like I said many a time, the landing has been failed because you're too
2,500.
All right. Coming around, once we get lined up, I'll drop the gears. Once these triangles start moving back again, I'll go to approach mode.
Radio altimeter alive. Spoilers arm.
Arm the spoilers now. We're at 3,000 feet, so we're going to intercept properly. I can see the airport off in the distance, so our decision height doesn't come into play. Not much left to do, but fly her in. Waiting for these diamonds to start moving again. 9 miles out. Once we get locked on the localizer, I'll drop the gears. Said. Plenty of fuel left on board. All right, we got movement. Let's see your glide slope. Now lock in. We gotta drop. Localizer's locked in. Now we need the glide slope. You don't want to be that dramatic. Come on, glide slope. You're down.
Gear down.
We are locked on the localizer, at least. That's weird it didn't intercept on the glide slope. There we go. We got glide slope now. So we are all set to go.
Autopilot 2. Cross-check.
Do that. Check our list. I think we got her all set.
1,000.
We are all set. All right. Less than 5 miles out. We got 2 white lights. We got 2 red lights. That means we're on the correct glide slope in. there. You ever wonder what those were for? That tells the pilots if they're too high or too low. Let me zoom the landing position. Coming up on 500 feet.
500.
400.
400.
Land green checked.
300.
Go around, altitude set.
Almost forgot. Look at that airport. Beautifully modeled. Alright, here we go. 150.
100 above.
100.
Start to flare here.
50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. Retard. Retard.
Get down.
Retard. Retard.
Get down.
Retard. Retard.
Reverse green.
She floated on me there for a second.
70 knots. Reverse green.
All right. We are in Phoenix. Let's vacate the runway here. Let's find ourselves a gate. We can. Weather never turn. Oh, I did turn weather. Turn weather off. Turn EPU back on. Disarm spoilers.
Spoilers disarm.
Turn lane lights off. Bleed on. I think there's anything else up here we need to do. Turn that off. Turn that off. Alright, let's find. We're taxiing here.
Flaps 3, flaps 2, flaps 1, flaps 0.
Okay, flaps. Also, that's a taxi. All right, that went smooth, except for the glide slope thing, but we managed. Plenty of practice. That's why I fly the A320 right now. I'm not practiced enough on the other aircraft yet to do a video on. So soon. I'd like to do a Boeing, get a Boeing plane. I'd like to CRG 200, a smaller plane. Be perfect for a small flight like this. So it looks like there's a spot right over here for us. All right, that's gate A10. It looks like. I never noticed that guy actually moves.
Terrain. Oh, up.
Oh, throttle off. That was almost. He had tried to do that to me last time, too. That's okay, though. We're in. I wonder why that does that. I didn't press anything. Alright, well, we're there. Park brake. Let's shut down the engines there. So we don't actually run into the buildings this time. See, I learned from my mistakes. Yeah, all right.
Park brake off.
Not worried about pushing back at all. For all intents and purposes, we're here. All right, let's. Passengers have left, let's assume, and we can shut this down. All right. Shut those signs off. 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 Shut all the lights off. 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 You can shut this off. Batteries off, and we are all set. Now we are cold and dark. All right, guys and ladies, thanks for joining me again for another flight. If you liked the flight, give me a like. If you did not, comment. If you have any comments, subscribe if you want to see more videos like these. Plan on doing a ton more videos, especially now that Xplane 11 is coming out. That looks amazing from what I've seen online from the sneak peeks. So hopefully next time we do an Xplane video, will be from Xplane 11. Until then, have a great day.